The Zephyrian High Console Chamber echoed with chittering laughter as Admiral Kexthor displayed the holographic readout of Earth's military capabilities. The assembled representatives of 12 galactic civilizations found the data amusing at best, pathetic at worst. Primitive kinetic weapons, scoffed Ambassador Vailnax, her crystalline form pulsing with condescending light. Chemical propulsion systems. They still use explosive warheads instead of quantum disruptors. Their largest vessels barely qualify as frigates by our standards, added General Morthak, his 6 arms gesturing dismissively at the floating images. 2 kilometers at most. My personal yacht is larger. The humans had been making increasingly desperate requests for membership in the Galactic Consortium, offering trade agreements and cultural exchanges. Each petition had been rejected with barely concealed amusement. How could a species that hadn't even mastered faster-than-light travel contribute to a civilization that spanned thousands of star systems? Perhaps we should put them out of their misery, suggested War Prime Zendalar, his predatory grin revealing rows of serrated teeth. Their little blue world would make an excellent mining colony. Admiral Kexthor nodded approvingly. The 47th Armada can handle this trivial conquest. 3 dreadnoughts should be more than sufficient for their entire planet. The invasion fleet departed 3 cycles later, confident in their overwhelming superiority. The humans' pathetic radio transmissions pleading for mercy only reinforced their certainty. Admiral Kexthor recorded the surrender demands for posterity, imagining the fear in the primitive creatures' voices. The Zephyrian fleet dropped out of hyperspace at the edge of the Sol system, sensors immediately cataloging the expected defensive positions. Orbital platforms bristling with crude missile batteries. A handful of patrol craft scurrying about like frightened insects. Nothing that couldn't be swept aside with contemptuous ease. "Deploy the intimidation formation," Kexthor commanded. "Let them see the futility of resistance." The 3 massive dreadnoughts moved into attack position, their hulls gleaming with exotic metals that could withstand the heart of a star. Each vessel stretched 8 kilometers from bow to stern, armed with weapons that could crack moons in half. Then something appeared on the sensors that made Kexthor's secondary heart skip a beat. A massive energy signature was emerging from behind Earth's moon, climbing steadily toward impossible readings. The object casting it remained hidden in the lunar shadow, but the power output was climbing beyond anything in the consortium's databases. "Sir," his tactical officer's voice carried a tremor of uncertainty. "That reading, it's larger than a battle station." The thing that emerged from behind Luna defied every assumption they'd made about human capabilities. The UES Titan stretched nearly 20 kilometers from end to end, its hull a matte black that seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it. Strange geometric patterns covered its surface, pulsing with energy that made their instruments scream warnings. "Impossible," Kexthor whispered. "They're primitives. They can't have built something like that." The human transmission came through clear and calm. "Unknown vessels, you are in violation of Sol system sovereignty. Withdraw immediately or face the consequences." Kexthor's mandibles clicked in nervous laughter. 1 ship against 3 dreadnoughts? Even if it's larger, we have superior numbers and proven technology. "All vessels, open fire! Destroy that abomination!" The Zephyrian dreadnoughts unleashed hell itself. Quantum torpedoes that could vaporize asteroids, particle beam arrays that burned hotter than stellar cores, gravity cannons that twisted space-time itself. The combined firepower was enough to sterilize entire worlds. The Titan's shields absorbed every shot without even flickering. Then it fired back. The weapon that emerged from the human vessel's central array wasn't energy or matter. It was something that made reality itself scream. The first dreadnought simply ceased to exist, not destroyed, but erased from existence as if it had never been built. The second lasted long enough for its crew to scream before following its sister ship into non-existence. Kexthar's flagship turned to flee, but the Titan had already locked onto them. The last thing the Admiral saw was a message appearing on his screens. Humanity sends its regards. Back on Zephyria Prime, the High Council received the distress beacon in stunned silence. The transmission was brief. They were never primitive. They were waiting.